Good morning, my friends. This is a great story today that I want to share with you. So the New York Public Library in Manhattan in New York City has these awesome statues out front. Can you see them? They're two big lion statues whose names are Patience and Fortitude. Let me give you an up close and personal look at one of them. That one's Patience right there. So they've been there since 1911 and they got their names Patience and Fortitude in the 1930s. So this story today is about them. It's called Lost in the Library. And look at the title page. It's really cool. Of course, the publisher is from New York City, too. So here's the title page. It says, Lost in the Library, A Story of Patience and Fortitude by Josh Funk, illustrated by Steve Lewis, and Henry Holt and Company in New York City is the publisher. So there's one of them right out front. Right, that would be where Patience sits on that side. Excuse me, no, Fortitude. So early one morning while all New York slept, night was transforming to dawn. Silence filled all of Manhattan except Fortitude woke with a yawn. Oh, good morning. Patience, good morning, he said from his plinth. This is a plinth, like the bottom part of a statue. But Patience was nowhere in sight. He'd entered the library's grand labyrinth while no one was watching last night. So his friend is inside the library. Fortitude never abandoned his post, but Patience had not yet returned. As sunlight ascended across the East Coast, Fortitude grew quite concerned. Look, there's Fortitude. He's pretty worried about his friend. How could he do this? He's never been late. Fortitude leapt on all fours. Lacking all patience, he just couldn't wait and scampered through Astor Hall's doors. So he went right into the library to find his friend. The ceiling above was 12 elephants tall and dozens of buffalo wide. Patience told stories of rooms like this hall, but it was a new world inside. Twisting and turning, he noticed some stairs. Patience might climb, he supposed. When reaching the top, he was caught unawares. A frolicsome statuette posed. So that's there in the New York Library, too. Looking for someone, she asked with a grin. Fortitude nodded his head. Patience, my partner, my sidekick, my twin. I really must find him, he said. The Rose Main reading room back to your right. Sometimes he's there, the girl stated. Fortitude thanked her and ran out of sight, hoping his buddy awaited. Man, this makes me want to go to the New York Public Library. Over and under the tables and chairs, Fortitude looked high and low. Searching the shelves and the walls up the stairs, Fortitude paced to and fro. You know what it means to pace to and fro like a lion? I'll go back and forth. After what felt like forever, he ceased. Patience just wasn't around. Fortitude heard someone's voice to the east and eagerly followed the sound. He hears someone talking. Think it's his friend? Maybe. Nope, who's talking? All those paintings. What's Fortitude doing? People in portraits that lined every wall whispered and gossiped away. So Fortitude roared out his loudest of all to turn their attention his way. Has anyone noticed a lion like me? He's quiet and peaceful and sweet. A grumpy old man, no lion but thee. Now please go back out to the street. Get out of here, you loud, roaring lion. Exiting gloomily, Fortitude wandered back through the library's maze. Patience, dear Patience, where are you? He pondered while thinking of happier days. He misses his friend. In the beginning, young Patience was shy, but Fortitude thought he was rude. Weeks and then months and then years traveled by, but eventually friendship ensued. Patience told stories of ducklings, of moons, of wardrobes and buttons and fun. On cold, snowy evenings or hot afternoons, Fortitude cherished each one. So Patience is telling him stories about wardrobes, like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Rays from the sun had begun creeping in when the water flew out of a sink. A little bronze lion said, "Gotcha, I win," and gave him a satisfied wink. The lion said, "Wait, you're not Patience." "Oh, no, the splash, it's a game that we play." "Patience?" asked Fortitude. "Where did he go? The sunrise is minutes away." "Today? Haven't seen him," the lion confessed, "but I wouldn't worry, old chap. Perhaps you require some help on your quest. I think what you need is a what? Is a map." Fortitude scanned every atlas he could before tossing each to the side. Only a library map would be good. Eureka! A visitor's guide. It says visitor's guide and map. to the New York Public Library. How many hundreds of rooms can exist? Look at all that. It's a huge library. Reading the map, he was shocked. Fortitude dashed to the places he'd missed, except through the doors that were locked. Look how big the New York Public Library is. Still hasn't found his friend. He searched every floor, from the first to the third. Patience just couldn't be found. Fortitude thought, I will not be deterred. What's on this floor labeled ground? The ground floor. Look what he's found. The children's reading room. Wow, very cool. Isn't that pretty? Fortitude quickly crept down the dark hall and into a jungle of joy. That's how to describe the reading room. That's a good metaphor. With colorful pictures adorning each wall and books for each cat, girl, and boy. Fortitude proud past Sendak and Rylant, Yolen and Pinckney and Bloom. Those are all kids' authors like Maurice Sendak. While keeping his footsteps impeccably silent, he heard something in the next room. Oh my gosh, who is it? It's his friend. Patience, said Fortitude. What are you doing? But Patience stood still as a stone. The sun's almost rising. The sun's almost risen. The pigeons are cooing. You've got to get back to your throne. Just one more paragraph, Patience declared. Then something caught Fortitude's eye. There lay the stories that Patience had shared. The monkeys, the pebble, the pie. Look, there's the Caps book about the monkeys. You probably know that story. Or maybe the Pebble book with the donkey. Patience, did you learn these stories for me? Fortitude asked, but he knew. Patience just nodded and said, well, you see, I love sharing stories with you. So Patience has been reading these stories to share with Fortitude. The lions returned to their guard on the street, and nobody noticed they'd gone. Fortitude sat in his usual seat, and slowly the day carried on. But something was missing, though Patience was found. Fortitude still felt a need. Patience, he said, when no one's around, tonight, can we sneak in and read? So that's a great story about the two lions of the New York Public Library, and they know how important it is to read books. And you, of course, know it too. This is, again, Josh Fung's Lost in the Library. So today, why don't you get lost in a book? Thanks, and have a great day.